Welcome to Arts Talk. I'm Bill Roberts.
I'm Jennifer Boudreau.
We get to cover this big, huge convention here in Edmonton. It's fantastic. Plus, it's November. Have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
I have not started.
I kind of leave
so
it,
bad.
Me too. I kind of leave it to like the last, like a couple weeks before December. Not like the last, like Christmas Eve kind of thing, but yeah, just before.
I work better under pressure. So it's like run into a store and be like, yeah, this is nice, I love this. And then I find it works every time. Yeah.
So I don't know if our viewers remember, but way back in our first season, we did do a show at the Edmonton Farmers Market. So this is kind of the same thing. We're going to go around and talk to some comic book artists and a lot of the vendors that are here.
Exactly.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
It's going to be super
fun. Anything that you want to kind of look at or anybody you want to talk to?
No, but did you recognize my outfit, Bill?
I was trying to kind of to think about who that might be, Jen.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, but Bill and I met at first in a horror film where I played a librarian.
Yes.
And that was like 5 years ago, almost to the day. So
yes,
I wanted to just remind him of he should cast me even more and stuff.
I do now remember that. Yeah. That was except you had glasses though.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. To make her look smarter.
And there you go. Well, we're going to have some fun. We're going to walk around, talk to some of the different vendors. Come on with us.
Welcome back. I'm standing here with Karis Cuttlefish, who is the creator of this super cute Furby gone cool instead of evil. And she's the artist that's done all of these wonderful creatures, so we'll get a chance to look at some of them. But please tell me, where did this idea come from?
This idea for this creature particularly was inspired by cherry blossoms and different spirits of spring. I like to encompass all sorts of different seasonal aspects inside of my creatures.
Oh, so tell me about this one that looks like the evil Furby.
This guy here is part of my horoscope series. I take the idea of the horoscopes and kind of put a spin on it with my love of horror movies and like spooky creatures and that sort of fun Halloween twist.
Oh, I love it. How long does it take to make one of these?
On average, probably about, 1 to 2 hours from beginning to end. I put them on mass, so sometimes painting takes a little bit longer on other ones.
I was gonna say, that's really fast, wow. Okay, and I wanna know about this one. This looks like a plant that I definitely could keep alive.
The moss inside most of my terrarium pieces, it has a convection cycle, so it's living. So it'll stay alive. Yeah, it'll stay alive inside of there with your little creature.
With my little creature. What's this guy's name?
That guy is one of my fun guys because he is a mushroom, and fun
I
guys
get
are fun.
it.
Yeah.
Fun guy as in mushroom. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. If somebody wants to buy one of your pieces or get in touch with you, how would they do that?
You can find me on www.kariscuttlefish.ca. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram under both of those names.
Awesome. Well, Karis, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of the show, and I hope it's a successful one for you.
Yeah, you too.
Jen?
Who are you hoping to kill today?
This is a little scary. This is why we're here.
Either of us.
He wants to kill him. No,
kill
her
him.
first. I think he should kill her first.
Kill
because then I
Bill.
can host the show all by myself.
No,
and
I
have
want
to have that first.
Do you hear that? Host the show by himself?
She wanted to kill me first, so I had
will
this is
offer
called
you
self-defense on Arts Talk.
So we are standing here with Megan, a cosplayer. Sorry, what's your cosplay name?
I just use my real name.
Oh, just Megan.
Just
Excellent.
Megan. That's easy.
Tell us about your costume. Who are you?
I'm Pidge from Voltron. It was from the 80s, but they redid it this year, and I just love the new designs and like all the lights and stuff. So
That's really cool that it's all lit up.
Yeah. It took a long time, but
I imagine years.
So yes,
Yeah,
like
years
at
of
least 3
preparation.
years.
Well, have an amazing show while you're here.
Thank you.
Is this all your artwork back here too?
Yes, I did the left side, and then my kind of assistant cosplayers did the other sections.
Cool.
Oh, it looks great.
Well, have a great time, and you look awesome.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a good time as well.
Thank
you so much, Megan. We'll
Right
find
back.
another one. OMG, we're here with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and their ship is parked right behind us, but you can't see it, of course, because of their cloaking device.
Of course.
And did you bring, and they even brought it, the Infinity Stone is right in there.
There it is.
And
I feel
totally
so
geeking
short.
out. Hey, Groot.
You know, Groot is so tall. I need to really gain some height on this show at some point.
Yeah, you do.
I really
Maybe
do.
he can give you some growing tips.
I think there's got to be something he could do for me. Yes, he is Groot.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, and good luck with your mission.
We're with Lindsay Bladen from Silver Lining Costumes and Cosplay Design. You look awesome, first of all.
Thank you very much.
And tell us a little bit about this.
So this monster we created, he's from a video game called Final Fantasy X, and he's one of the fire summons that a character summons to fight for them in the video game. So we always like to make projects that are big and over the top, and we like to push our limits of what we're able to make and what we're able to do.
I just want to take him home. I imagine wearing this is going to like work off all that pizza from the design process. It doesn't look very light.
It's pretty hot in there for him as well. As a performer underneath, he's got an ice vest on to keep him cool. And also we know when to recognize if he's overheating or if he's not doing well. It's always good to be communicating. When you have a costume that maybe can't voice or you can't see their face, we're always in communication to make sure that he is safe.
So
can you attack Bill? Attack him.
Well, again, she's trying to get me off the show because she wants to host it and I want to host. So, you know. See, Jen? Now you're going to get me off the show.
Yay!
This is
Nice
awesome.
work.
Thank you.
Obviously, you do a whole lot of different costumes as well.
Yes.
All right design from bottom up.
Yeah, we just try to keep our portfolio very diverse. We're always trying new projects, new ideas. And, you know, every time a new movie comes out, it's really tough for us because we want to make everything from the new movie. So we're always trying to come up with fresh ideas and just new challenges for ourselves as well. And we just love showing it off and having fun and making other people smile with it too.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks so much, Lindsay.
Thank
We're going to
you.
go see what else we can find.
Okay, so I'm standing here with the one, the only Nick McQuick, who is a master of all things comedy, writing, acting, stand-up comedian. What don't you do?
I don't eat donuts.
He doesn't eat donuts.
Yeah, take that, Tim Hortons.
He's also a professional nerd and hosting some panels on Pokemon Go and a whole bunch of other stuff at the expo this weekend. So I think I'll stop in and take some notes because I'm only a level 24 and I would like to step that up.
You've been slacking. You've been chasing behind me this whole
I
time.
know, good you. Okay, so you have a new show coming out where you play a Billy the Beaver puppet.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this.
It's a late night talk show that's filmed in the early night, and I'm a
nice.
beaver so that I can say terrible things, and then it comes off as cute.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. If people want to see the show, where can they find it?
I think it's facebook.com/chewonthis. Just go facebook.com/Nick McQuick, and I'll get you free tickets to any of my dates.
Free tickets? I love
free tickets to comedy shows.
And if we want to see your stand-up comedy, because I imagine you're probably funny, I would hope. Yeah? Yeah.
I get some chuckles.
Then where can we find that?
Just right on Facebook, facebook.com/Nick McQuick.
Nick McQuick. Is that your real name?
No. My real name is Nicholas.
What? Nicholas.
Nicholas, yeah.
Nicholas McQuick. Look that up too. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. I'm sorry it was such a short interview because I want to ask you a million questions.
About
but
Pokemon.
Unfortunately, I'm going to go interview Garrett Wong.
Ooh.
And I'm a little excited about that. So check back in with us in a few moments.
I'm so excited. Do our viewers recognize who we've got with us? Garrett Wong, Star Trek Voyager, Ensign Harry Kim, right here with us here in Edmonton.
You even pronounced that right. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Is it the first time to Edmonton, Garrett?
It is. I was going to make a joke that I was Stephen Yun from Walking Dead is what I was going to say.
Actually, we talked about that as we walked over here.
Oh, you were talking about
I
that?
the whole interview
We were
like
gonna
as
bring
if
that
that's
up.
who I thought you were. Like, maybe that's not very
That's
nice.
funny that I brought that up. Okay. Oh, what was your question?
First time to Edmonton, Garrett?
No, this is probably my 8th or 9th time to Edmonton.
Wow.
Yeah, something. I've been here a few times. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Probably because it's your favorite Canadian city, I imagine.
One of my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. I
Nicely-
can't say
nicely
the
done.
favorite. I've got to be politically correct here. So.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
So, Star Trek Voyager,
Yes.
tell us just a little bit what it was like to be on there.
It was amazing. I mean, I have been a science fiction fan for since I was 8 years old, watching 1977 Star Wars in the movie theater, you know, so that was a big deal, right? So that brought me into sci-fi, and to be able to play on a sci-fi show as an actor and play spaceship every day is pretty amazing.
What would you recommend for other actors that also want to do sci-fi? Like how can they get into it more, or be more active in the industry?
Well, you know, there's a lot of fan projects that are out there now, like sci-fi fan films and sci-fi fan episodes of TV stuff that anybody can audition for. So that's one way to start getting your feet wet in it, right? So.
And you also were in, I believe, was it Into the West, the Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the six-part miniseries Into the West. Spielberg executive produced that. I played episode 4. It was called Hell on Wheels, which is the same name as the TV show outside of Calgary, with Colomini, another Star Trek person in that one. But I was cast in episode 4 called Hell on Wheels because we were building the railroad. It was building the railroad episode, so they had to have Chinese railroad workers, which also helped build the railroad here in Canada, from what I heard.
That is correct.
And I played the lead railroad worker, but my hair was long, like as long as yours, and they put it in a braid. But first day, everyone mistook me for First Nations, for Native American. They thought, they had no clue I was playing the Chinese guy, right? So I remember I'm on the set, and this guy walks up and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Someone told me to go talk to the director." He goes, No, they didn't. I said, "What?" You know, someone told me to go talk to the director. They go, "No. You need to get your butt back with the rest of the Native American extras." I said, "I'm not a Native American extra." I said, "I'm starring in this episode." "Yeah, right." I go, I really am! So I had to convince these people that I was Chinese, which is pretty funny. I've never had to convince someone I'm Chinese. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I recently heard from a white Power Ranger that you are an excellent dancer.
Oh my God. What white Power Ranger did you talk to?
And you may have danced with a black Power Ranger last year.
With Walter.
We heard something about that.
Yes, we were doing some dance. Walter carries a little portable speaker with him. So we turned on some music and we started this impromptu dance-off in front of everyone.
What kind of dance? Like the Running Man, Sprinkler?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, it was like a little funkadelic 70s song, and we were just dancing around. And there's footage of it. You can actually find it on, probably on YouTube.
And do you sing as well? Because you'd be a triple threat at that point.
I've been wanting to take singing lessons just because that's the one area that I feel that I have not developed as much in my life, right? So,
me too,
so then I'll be the triple threat. You should work on that too, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And just quickly before we have to wrap, so have you done mainly TV, film, and any stage work at all?
I have, yeah. I've done stage work. My first, I did a play in LA called Porcelain, which got a lot of critical acclaim. That kind of put me on the map. And it's funny because a lot of my Voyager castmates, all of them have done theater, but none of them thought that I had done theater before. They thought I was just, some young kid running in and jumping on this role. And I remember like season 3 or 4, Ethan Phillips plays Neelix. He was like, Garrett, you really should think about doing theater one day. And I'm like, I've done theater before. Don't tell me that. So it's kind of funny how they all had this preconceived notion that, I was just this young upstart that showed up out of the nowhere to get on the show. Yeah. But yes, I have done theater before in the past, and I love theater. It's so immediate. And truly, when I come to these conventions, when I'm on stage, whether I'm moderating a panel or it's my own solo panel, it feels like I'm doing theater because the audience is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that's one of the reasons why I enjoy going to conventions, because it's more of a theatrical experience for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, I have one more question.
What's your question? Go.
Do you have post-traumatic stress for red shirts? Like, do you ever have nightmares of opening up your closet and seeing a red uniform shirt?
No. I wear gold on the show, so it never bothers
put you in a red shirt.
But the funny thing is, people have been saying that the gold is the new red shirt, right?
No.
Yeah, because on Voyager, if you follow Voyager, my character is always, if someone's being tortured or shot with a phaser or coming out, it's my character. Like, over and over again, he's put in red shirt situations where he's dying or almost dying. So
But he makes it alive.
But he makes it alive, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's been an honor to have you on our show.
Really?
That's it.
I thought we were going to talk about a little bit more about art stuff or stuff. No, it's okay. All right.
We only have so much time. If we could, we'd be here, for an hour with you, but we can't do it. So, but we appreciate it.
Thank you.
So good for so happy to have you on the show.
Of course.
Awesome.
Great meeting you.
Jen and I are going to go see what we can find.
I'm going to hang out here, actually.
Hang out here. I guess I'm off to the next hole. We'll be right back. Well, Jen, I hope I'm not allergic.
You're so lucky. But now I'm itchy.
No, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I'm allergic, but no, I don't think so.
I'm going to leave the two of you to play. I'm going to escape.
What we do for Arts Talk, the things that I have to get involved in. Now, if I break out in a big rash, then we're in trouble. We got to go find Jen. Another exciting local guest, Mark Meir, improv artist, man who's appeared as characters in many video games with BioWare. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's awesome for you to be. Now, actually, I know that this show will air in a little while down the road, but recently you just did Soapathon, didn't you?
I did just last weekend. I stayed up for about 60 hours, and I was improvising for 50 of that. Wow. On stage at the Varscona Theatre.
So how does one do that? How do you just keep going for that length of time?
Well, hydration is important, and you probably shouldn't rely on caffeine to keep you awake at 4 in the morning, because you'll just have a caffeine crash. The best way to do it is just not to sleep. That's what I found.
Probably the best idea.
That's the best way, yeah. So a bunch of us actually do the marathon session, and it's a very fun show. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Awesome. And you've been very involved, as you said, with BioWare, with Mass Effect. Tell us a little bit about what that experience was like.
Well, I started working for BioWare back in the late 90s, back when they were doing the Baldur's Gate games. And one of my very first job for them was a single line in the final cutscene, which meant you had to play the entire game of, however long duration, 30, 40 hours to hear my one line. But BioWare obviously liked that line enough that they kept hiring me again and again, and I worked on pretty much all their games after that, up to and including the Mass Effect trilogy. During the process, I was asked to audition for Commander Shepard. I was doing some alien voices for them, and I didn't think that I would get Commander Shepard. Then I was told it was down to a callback, and there were 2 guys from LA and me that it was between. And I thought, well, one of the LA guys will get it, clearly. But as it turns out, I ended up getting Commander Shepard, and I got to do those aliens as well. So.
Awesome, and that's made you basically an international figure in the gaming world as well.
I guess so, yes, I suppose so. It's kind of a niche thing.
Would you say that you get recognized more by your voice than by your look?
Being a voice actor does grant one some anonymity that other people might miss when they get famous, if you want to call it that. I get recognized in Edmonton just because of theater stuff, and or hey, you were in that brick commercial or things like that. But on occasion people do recognize me by the voice, and because I've been doing these conventions, I guess more people know my face now as well.
Yes, and I think that you're doing a couple of panels or games with Rapid Fire Theater. Is it true while you're here? Or Caution May Contain Nuts?
Actually, yes, Caution May Contain Nuts, which was our show on ep5. It's a sketch comedy show, and we're shooting a new season coming up this fall. The last season was shot in 2011, so and the network said, hey, we'd like to see more of that show from 5 years ago. So we obviously had no problem with that.
That's really exciting.
So we'll be shooting all through October and November here in town, and we are doing a panel tomorrow at, I believe, around 1 o'clock.
Great. Okay. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Mark, for being on our show.
Not at all.
We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And shake on and see Mark.
Thanks for sharing my
microphone.
microphone.
We'll be right back. Wow, what a blast we've had. My big highlight, talking to Garrett.
No, that was mine
too.
That
was my highlight. Okay, it was both our highlights.
I'm still geeking out about it a little bit.
And the costumes here are just amazing.
Oh, goodness.
Some of the things that we've seen.
The amount of time that people have put into it is just incredible. For the detail, too, that they would even be able to capture out of, like, homemade, I don't know, they're awesome. Yeah. Changed my life.
Sometimes you don't expect to see just such quality put into it.
It makes me feel like my Halloween costume was super lame.
I know. I feel like, it's those little plastic masks and things you used to buy for like, $5 kind of thing. Yeah. You come here and it's like, wow. So another great event here in Edmonton. Yeah. And another great show for Arts Talk. And I think having somebody like Garrett on is probably the biggest guest we've had ever on our show.
Most definitely. Now we're going to have to be signing autographs for everybody everywhere.
I think we'll be here next at an event like this.
Signing autographs.
Signing autographs. That's what I think.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be on the show, make sure you email us at artstalkedmonton@gmail.com, or you can find us on Twitter at artstalkedm. And send us your information and we'll get you on the show. If you have an event that you want us to cover, then send it there too, and we'll make sure we get out there.
And that's an artist of any type. So whether you're a visual artist, whether you're an actor, a filmmaker, we'll have you on the show. If you've got something coming up, it's a great way to promote your event and a great way to promote yourself.
Awesome. What are you going to do?
Well, I might just wander around for a little bit longer that we're finished shooting and we have to say goodbye to our Arts Talk viewers. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go back over to Garrett Wong's
and just hang out?
And just
wave?
watch him.
Yeah, wave once in a while and say, hi, Garrett.
Giggle a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I'll walk by once and do a quick wave as well.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, it's been great. Another edition of Arts Talk. We'll see you again.